Well, hello, welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and welcome back to episode 36 of the Jesus Enrique Rosas show. I'm your host, and we have a lot to unpack today as well. I don't know how long this is going to take us. I'm checking everything. Sound must be crystal clear. Captions must be working. Streaming should be doing smooth in every single platform. Just let me do a quick check. Need to make sure that it is on Rumble. Going. It should be. Oh, this is myself speaking on my Rumble is working. Rumble is working. So we are ready to begin. The thing is, we are live through YouTube on the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe on X, formerly called Twitter, on Kinesics. Make sure you follow me there because, well, that is my most unfiltered social media ever. And on Rumble, on the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel, because you know that we have to support and be in these platforms that are completely unbiased and uncensored. Let me check, make sure that all my chats are here in the right place. And whenever everything is doing fine. Everything is going fine. We're about to begin. We're gonna be covering Daniel Penny's case. We should have a verdict soon. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, from wherever you're watching. We're gonna start with a couple memes. We'll start with a couple memes. Just have to make sure that everything is here working nicely. Have you watched my recent interviews? I have already two. They're not interviews, they are conversations. The first one was with Ed Latimore, and the second was with Leilani Dowding. And we were talking about all this stuff, and more interviews are coming, more conversations. I don't want to call them interviews, but because they are not really interviews. I don't want to call them podcasts because everybody seems to have a podcast nowadays. I don't really have a podcast. I want to have conversations with these figures. And maybe today you can help me contact one person that many of you follow, and I haven't been able to contact her through DMs. I have sent her DMs. I'm going to tell you in a while, and maybe you can help me. But let's start with this. Let's start with fixing my screen here so you can see this correctly. Unreleased footage of Justin Trudeau with a banana. This is from Dr. Clown PhD. Dr. Clown PhD on X made this, lore accurate video of Justin Trudeau with a banana. Very colorful. I don't know, maybe if you are near Carnival. We're not near Carnival. When is Carnival? It's in February, right? But you can prepare yourself. Maybe you can. That is a nice jacket, very colorful. And the only complaint that I have is that's not the way that you eat a banana. Maybe this AI Trudeau. This AI Cast Trudeau thought that this banana was something else. So I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of confusion. You know that artificial intelligence is not really intelligence. It's just linear algebra for all you nerds out there. And this is, in the F around and find out of the day, we got all these people who have, businesses, and we should be tending to everybody. If somebody wants our business, when we should be tending to them. Maybe you want to download. I don't know. Maybe this is a good time to pitch my book, Body Language in 40 Days. I don't mind if in which section of the political spectrum you are, maybe you will make good use of it. The link in the description of this video. But sometimes we find out that some people don't want the business of certain people. It's like Rachel Ziegler saying that, okay, Trump supporters don't go to watch Snow White. That happened to this lady suffering the consequences of my own actions. I lost another client that was a Trump supporter. And maybe one or two clients is not the problem. The problem is that she's actually sharing that on TikTok. I don't know. This is the kind of things that I don't know if they are real. Because who in their right mind would share that they are losing clients because of, you began to be polarizing about politics? Again, you can have an opinion. That's fine. But if you begin to insult and call the other people names and not ask questions and have a civilized discussion, maybe that is the problem. And if those people don't want to have a civilized discussion, it's better to find whatever she offers. This is a beauty salon in Idaho. Oh, the customers are dropping like flies. Something that you should consider. You should consider your approach to business. And in terms of business, you know that the healthcare insurance business is huge in the United States. And we had this event, this very tragic event, in which literally a sicario, a hitman, went and killed the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, in the early hours of the morning in New York City, very near very crowded streets, coming out of the Hilton. And what's more interesting is that he wrote in the shell casings, in the bullets that he fired, it was written the words "deny, defend, and depose" on those bullet casings. And well, it was not long until we found out that those are the words of a title of a book that is about why insurance companies don't pay claims and what you can do about it. I mean, was savage in many ways, because there are people that complain and have been, how to say this, they have the right to complain about the healthcare insurance industry. Of course, somebody has died and it is tragic, but I am not justifying that in any way. But people can take this in ways that I want to show you. I need to show you. I forgot to include here a video. Meanwhile, I want to put this on the screen. That the NYPD news update below are photos of a person of interest wanted for questioning regarding the Midtown Manhattan homicide on December 4. This does not appear to be a random act of violence. All indications are that it was a premeditated, targeted attack. The full investigative efforts of the NYPD are continuing. We are asking for the public's help. Because they don't have enough cameras, it seems. How many cameras do these people have? I don't get it. Let me see. I wanted to find. There was one video I wanted to look for. Let me see if I can. There was a video. I don't know where I put that, or if I retweeted, maybe it's in my bookmarks. I have a bit of a mess in here. I want to make sure that I can. Let me see if this one. Maybe it's this one.
This appeared that this suspect was.
No, this is not it. All right, I got the video right here. I got video right here. See, I can just Copy and paste the video and bring it here so you can see the comments. I'm going to just show you the comments of people about this. It can be quite cruel what you're about to see, because no matter what happens, we're talking about the loss of a life, something that shouldn't be happening. Let me see. It's gonna make a mess on my show. Shouldn't be happening, but we need to look at the reaction of people. I really apologize. I didn't have this earlier, but yeah, this was shared by N Wokeness on X, and in fact, it was shared by CNN, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. And when you look at the comments, I'm going to mute this. You absolutely need to look at the comments. I'm going to read some of them, but some of them are really. It's never nice to mock somebody's death, okay? But praying for his speedy escape and long, healthy life. Was this out of network? You know that when insurance claims that, okay, what happened to you is out of network, it's the doctor of what you're. What you need inside your insurance network. They're making all these jokes about the death of this CEO. Thoughts and prior authorizations, thoughts and co-pays to the family. I mean, this is something that it's a bit disturbing. I mean. I can make jokes and parody of things, but I know where to draw the line. I'm just showing you this because, well, I thought it was relevant. This was out of pockets, thoughts and deductibles, thoughts and prayers, please hold. Yeah, the comments are straight brutal. Sending thoughts and concepts of a prayer. Please hold. Some people saying that, oh, that's terrible. Our society is broken. Our society is broken, and it's broken in some aspects in which I would not say poetic justice. I wouldn't say poetic justice, but I'm sure that people like this guy voted for cities to turn into a city that somebody can come with a gun and a silencer, and doesn't matter how much money you have, doesn't matter how powerful you are, they can just kill you in broad daylight. This is just insane what has happened to New York City, and we know that it's not only New York City. It's happened to many other cities in the United States. I usually don't like to start my shows with such a grim reality, but this is a reality. People are speaking. People are upset in general. Some of you are saying that this is not the same guy. Well, here we see him with a backpack, and here we don't see him with a backpack, but it seems the same guy to me. It seems the same guy to me. Let's see what happens with this. But let's add some levity. We should add some levity. Kind of levity. I'm going to ask you a question. Trigger warning with what I'm about to show. Trigger warning with what I'm about to show. Okay, you're ready? Trigger warning. Okay, which pronouns should you use in this case? I don't know. I hear you. Hear you. Which pronouns would you use in this case? Sometimes can be confusing. The pronouns that people want you to use for them, and if they don't have like a tag or something, you don't know which pronouns to use. You don't know if he, him, or she, her, or they, them, or a combination of them, because they can be he, them, or z, or I don't know. That I lost count. But the combinations are endless. Yeah, some of you are already Oh my God. I don't know how we tolerate this. What the heck? Scary man. Those, yeah. How are you assuming it's a man? Why do you assume it's a man? It is. Perhaps it's perhaps that those are. I think whatever happens, this needs this needs a set of pronouns for each eyebrow because they are in different time zones. It's interesting, but let's make fun of somebody who deserves that. And you know, in my conversation with Leilani, we talk about Keir Starmer, and AI can be so great. We can mock Justin Trudeau with AI, and we can also mock Keir Starmer. These AI bits just keep getting better and better. And I have the idea that this is not really AI. This absolutely looks like the real thing. I don't think this is AI. I think this is actual footage that somebody took. Street journalists. You know that anybody can be a journalist nowadays with their cell phone. Oh, right. That's it seems this looks pretty much legit for me. This looks pretty much legit in the sense that that is actually happening. That is actually happening. And this is what we got in the UK. I need to talk more about the UK and Canada, by the way, Australia and every single country in the world. And because these problems are like similar in each one of them, we got insanity like this. I'm going to read this and try to remain composed. Darren Grimes shared this. She knew when she was 1.5. I am not going to play this video because it's way too much. You already see that there's one blue-haired lady in the back, and you know what is this going to be about. But this couple say their trans child knew he was a girl at the age of 12 months. What the F? Before they pick up the alphabet, they're planning a life of hormone treatments and surgery? I don't think these people have any idea how deranged they are. And this is the problem. You are interviewing people on the street. Some of you would say, is this for real? Isn't this like made up? No, this is really happening. And this is the problem. The level of brainwashing that we are witnessing, the level of derangement, the level of perversion with kids, with children, with toddlers, with babies is getting out of control. We have to stop this somehow. I don't know. I still don't know how, besides bringing awareness to this insanity. But the other option is to try to vote against this. Oh, we already voted against this because, that was the agenda of Kamala Harris. But this is just unacceptable. This is just unacceptable in so many ways that I can't begin to understand how these people are real. Okay, Joyce Love has a point. I love blue hair and I hate these crazies have co-opted it, just like they did with the rainbow. This is one thing because it's like it's not blue hairs when a woman, for example, dyes her hair with purple hair. I like the color purple. I love the color purple. I like when a woman dyes her hair purple, but right now you don't know if they are crazy people. So they have adopted this. The crazy people have adopted this signals. So then you cannot dye your hair blue or purple in peace without getting identify with this crazy libtards. That's a shame. It's like the rainbow. It is like just like the rainbow. Well, it's not like I use the rainbow much. To be fair, it's not like I use that. I don't have any rainbow ties. Maybe Justin Trudeau has a rainbow tie. It would make sense. But I have zero problems with whatever they want to do in private as long as it doesn't involve children. And I don't know if before we talk about Anthony Fauci and Biden preemptively thinking of pardoning him, I need to show you this. This is maybe too gruesome for my show and too early. It's not too early. We're already 22 minutes in. Maybe this is too gruesome for my show, but now that we're talking about this topic, we needed to talk about this. Trigger warning again. Chicago veterinarian and dog show judge charged with distributing CP. And if you don't know what CP means, well, you can just look at your screen and read it for yourself. As depraved dating app messages detail his plans to the infant he and husband are expecting via surrogate. I mean, I began to watch the miniseries Shogun, the remake, recently. I saw in one of the earlier episodes when one guy was sentenced to like this slow boiling in public. Like they put in a cauldron and they put the guy into a slow boiling state, a very slow boiling. And we are talking about hours. And I don't know if we could borrow that in this era. I don't know. Would be a fine punishment to this kind of stuff. I don't think it would be enough. I don't think that would be enough. But at least would be a message that if you do this kind of things and you plan on this kind of things and you act on this kind of things, you should be made an example for other people to not do this kind of thing. So slow boiling could be and broadcast it, pay-per-view, so you can hear the screams, and that will be oh Jesus, why are you speaking like that? You are as evil as Fauci himself. Fauci is a sadist. Why are you know the idea of punishment? Before we talk about this demon, the idea of punishment should be not only, well, to punish, to have a retribution for the what the person has done, and we are going to be talking about there's a New York City case as well, Daniel Penny's case. But the idea of punishment is also to send a message to other people. You know, if you break the law, this is what's going to happen to you. Maybe you can sing about breaking the law. I'm a fan of Judas Priest. Maybe you like Judas Priest, Rob Halford, and they have a song called "Breaking the Law," and I love that song, and I can sing about breaking the law. But a different thing is actually breaking the law. And if you break the law, you should have, well, repercussions. You should have there should be consequences, and those consequences should be, what is the word? Should be proportional and a bit more, like proportional plus one to what you did. But what happens if that is against a child? That's someone who is truly innocent, against a baby or a series of babies. You never know. How do you extrapolate that? How do you make the punishment so, proportional? You can't. You have to do something, much more creative. And in the Middle Ages, they were rather creative about that. You remember the the hang, drawn, and quarter, that could be a comeback. Gallows, make gallows great again. That could be a thing. Yes, I am a metalhead. I am a complete metalhead. Whatever's Metallica, Judas Priest, Slayer, Black Sabbath, Sepultura, and symphonic metal. Anything that it has metal in it. That's my favorite music. But this is something that should be done. You should send this message to criminals. But right now it is the opposite. And that's why we need to talk. That's why we needed to talk about Anthony Fauci. And I have said that many times. One of my best videos, okay, I'm not going to go with false modesty. One of my best videos on my channel is my video on Anthony Fauci. You can look for it on my Jesus Enrique Rosas channel, in which, I just exposed everything about the guy. I got attacked a lot. I made that video 2 years ago, and you know that this man is still heralded as a hero. Joe Biden said that he is a true hero. He said that 2 days ago. But how is that possible? This guy should be behind bars. And now we have that Biden is supposedly preemptively thinking of pardoning him, and Fauci hasn't been prosecuted for anything. Is that possible? You just give someone who is not even being prosecuted a get out of jail for free card? And is that simple? You can issue a presidential pardon to somebody who has not been prosecuted. That I understand that Biden has nothing to lose by this point, and he certainly has nothing to lose. He could do it. I don't know if that's legally possible, but that would be devastating for the Democrat Party. But again, after how the Democrat Party treated Biden, I don't think that he is worried about going off with a bang and breaking. This is allegedly, of course. This has not been confirmed. Biden to pardon 51 former intelligence officials that helped him cover up crimes with Hunter to steal the 2020 elections. All this is alleged. All this, but you know that every single thing that we were talking about, from Hunter's laptop, and Hunter laptops already had at least, at a minimum, 100 pics of CP. 100 pics of CP, and only one of those pics would be enough to get that guy away for years. And he was pardoned by his father. So what exactly stops Biden from pardoning this guy? From whatever he did, from whatever is going to be found out. Because believe me, when Donald Trump assumes office, a lot of stuff, thanks of course to Kash Patel, who wants to declassify everything in the FBI, a lot of stuff is going to come out, and I'm sure this is going to be a bloodbath. That would be the actual bloodbath. I want him exposed in every single way. Maybe you can pardon him. I'm going to jump forward a couple things here. And Dinesh D'Souza has a point in which if Biden issues preemptive pardons, like before the fact, I say, prosecute them anyway. Put them through the ordeal of a trial. Ruin them financially. The pardon erases the sentence. It does not prevent the process of getting to a conviction. Moreover, trials are a showcase for exposing crimes. So at least, okay, you will be pardoned. You will not go to jail, but your reputation and the monster you are will be exposed for everybody to see. And that sounds fine. That is fine by me. I like that approach. I like that approach. And Angela Owens has some interesting thoughts about that. Your statement made me think about that theology question. Will those that believe upon Christ and are pardoned from their sins still have to go through a trial? This issue with Hunter rightly makes people very upset, especially so because there has been no outward or inward signs of repentance. And that is important. Is there any repentance? Do you think that repentance would apply here? In my opinion, even if Hunter Biden felt repentant and said that publicly, I think that he said something like that, he should still be punished for what he did. He should still be punished for his crimes. This has to be an example. Fauci must be prosecuted to expose him and, most important, destroy whatever image was built upon him. And all those YouTubers were interviewing him, you are such a hero, and we're just brown-nosing him. We have a much better word in Venezuelan le estaban jalando bolas a este viejo. You Venezuelans, you understood, right? Brown-nosing, I think it's such a, it's like a too soft of expression, but all these people that were brown-nosing Fauci, I think that they will be, we will have the right to ridicule them all. And of course, just tar this guy and throw feathers at him and make sure that his legacy is a ruin. His legacy is of a ruin. Governor DeSantis and Fauci, somebody needs to grab that little elf and chuck him across the Potomac. That is, it's no wonder Biden may pardon him. People do not like Fauci after what he did. And I remind you that Elon Musk has said that his pronouns are prosecute Fauci for all his crimes, all that he did. Shipwreck. Biden in discussions about pardoning Adam Schiff, Liz Cheney, and Anthony Fauci before he leaves office. But how are you going to pardon someone who hasn't been charged with any crime? Those who could face exposure include such members of Congress, January 6th committee, and Senator-elect Adam Schiff, and former GOP Representative Liz Cheney of Wyoming. Trump has previously said Cheney should go to jail along with the rest of the unselect committee. Also mentioned by Biden's aides for a pardon is Anthony Fauci, the former head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, who became a lightning rod for criticism from the right during the COVID-19 pandemic. Could you mean from those who were right? Oh yeah, because he got all this criticism. The criticism was well-deserved. Luther Cyrus. Now, why would Biden try to pardon Fauci if he's an innocent man? Innocent individuals don't need to be pardoned for crimes they haven't committed. Sounds like an admission of guilt to me. They know what's coming. Biden White House considering preemptive pardons for Fauci, Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff report. We don't know what's going to be coming out of this, but we know that after Kash Patel was nominated for director of the FBI, all hell broke loose and these people are fearing for their lives. They're fearing for everything. We have memes as well. Gain of Fauci as well. Biden can't pardon them all. Oh, this is so fun to watch. This is so fun. Oh, I have to. I was leaving Vail right there. It's just perfection. I should make a short about this. Thank you. Let me include again of Fauci. This slopes is back. So there's the attribution of this meme. This will be fantastic to watch. all these people that want to change the world for the Agenda 2030, this will be interesting to watch. We will be talking about Squid Game. Did you watch Squid Game? We should be talking about that a bit later. And we also have bets. People are betting for this. Odds Biden pardons Fauci continue to soar. 41% chance on Poly Market. You know this site when you can bet for things to happen. It seems that it is highly likely that it's going to happen. They just hit 41%. Dr. Simon Godek reports suggests Biden stands to pardon Fauci, arguably one of the most notorious criminals in human history. And he wrote a thread. I suggest that you go and read his thread. And I'm looking at your comments. I'm looking at your comments, and I see, yeah, Joe was sniffing that guy. That guy. Let me see if I can show that. Yeah, there's 4 people here. There's 4 people here. It's the Vogs. It's the Vogs. Does a pardon cover military trails? Biden is going to pardon Biden or himself. He already did, covering up all that is going on with Ukraine and Hunter Biden. Princess Dumbarton, I don't like the presidential pardon thing. Yeah, that is a power that he can use. Can they block it on grounds of dementia? You know that we already knew that he didn't have the ability to be judged or impeached or whatever, Biden, but he somehow had the ability to, well, keep being the president of the United States, if that makes sense. The United States has been, and I'm afraid to say this, has been the laughing stock of the world because of Biden being there. I never did trust or like Fauci. I think that I really never. I don't remember one moment that I said that what this guy says makes sense. So we can move on. Let's move on to the next topic. We need to talk about this. Let me check my X Pro, just in case. What is for this? Oh, by the way, before we move forward, this is a friendly reminder that the last official show of the year is going to be on December 20. Afterwards, I don't think I could be like 2 weeks off without doing any live streams. I will be carrying my special equipment with me wherever I go. If I decide to go somewhere else, so we most probably will keep in touch. But just so you know, the last official show of this year is on December 20th. So keep that in mind. As I see your comments, and we can move on. Okay, we now can move on. The Daniel Penny trial is insane, as Geiger Capital says. Our society should side with the U.S. Marine who protected women and children not the deranged lunatic with 42 plus arrests, including past assaults on women in the subway. For those of you who are not aware of this case, there was this lunatic with more than 40 arrests. You read that right. 40 plus arrests. And he was harassing people on the New York City subway. And Daniel Penny, an ex-Marine, was around, and he made sure that this guy who was harassing women and everyone on the subway, he was neutralized, and he put him on a chokehold. Okay, a chokehold is like this move when you essentially put an arm around the person's neck and you immobilize them without this is important, without harming them, that you're gonna strangle them. That is not the idea behind a chokehold. And one thing that is important is that as an ex-Marine and having all this training, he has the knowledge on how to do a chokehold without harming the person. That is important. And what is even more insane about this, and there's actual proof with recordings and video that the guy who Daniel Penny killed, no, he was alive. He was alive much longer after police arrived. He released the chokehold. The problem is that this harasser was so filthy that the police didn't want to go near him. They didn't want to do anything, but they knew that he was breathing. They knew that he had a pulse. But somehow, because Daniel Penny, can you guess? Can you guess the colors in this case? Can you guess why the colors are an issue? And can you guess why I say that New York City has to be saved? Because this is a color thing. Because, Jordan Neely, the harasser with 40 plus arrests, are suing Daniel Penny over the death of their son. Again, Jordan Neely was alive by the time police arrived. They want to make Daniel Penny like a criminal when he was a hero defending people on the subway. This is the most important thing that you need to understand. And this too, the parents of this failed child, this poor, I don't know what was the age of that that guy. The coroner's report confirms that no, the chokehold did not kill him. They abandoned him and forced him to live out on the street for years. They had abandoned his son. Many people, including the police, knew about Jordan Neely. Knew about that, knew about the problem, knew about the harassment. It's when somebody finally stands up and says, it's enough. I'm not going to allow this guy to be a danger to society. I'm not going to neutralize him until police arrives. Then he is a criminal. Can you guess why? Can you guess why he's been painted as a criminal? It's very easy. It's so easy. And we have to, like that meme, thanks Obama. Why thanks to Obama? Because of all this fabricated systemic racism that has permeated everything. Not only in the United States, but in every other Western country. White man bad. White man bad. I asked Grok for a short summary. Daniel Penny, a former Marine, is on trial for the May 2023 death of Jordan Neely on a New York City subway. He placed Neely in a chokehold after Neely was reported to be acting erratically, yelling and making passengers feel threatened. The event was captured on video and widely publicized, leading to charges against Penny for second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. All of that is false. But what's going on? What's going on with this? What is the problem with this? And the problem with this is the two-tier justice. It's like my conversation with Leilani when we were talking about two-tier Keir. The Keir Starmer, the UK is a two-tier system in which there's one kind of justice for some and another different kind of justice for others. It's different. It's not injustice for all, like the Metallica album, one of my favorite albums of Metallica, by the way. No, it's two justice separated. In this case, we have Daniel Penny put a homeless felon in a fatal chokehold to stop him from attacking passengers. Again, Jordan Neely was alive. His bail was $200,000. Mohammed Izzadeen raped a woman at knife point after breaking into her home. He was released without bail. This is the two-tier justice system that we are talking about. And I told you, they have realized that you can use a knife, but if you don't really kill people, if you don't stab people and kill them, then it seems to be no problem. You can hold them at knife point, you can steal from them, you can do all these heinous acts, you can do all these criminal acts, and no, you are given another opportunity. Are you watching the pattern again? Are you seeing the pattern again? Are you seeing a pattern on the names? Maybe the names give you some kind of clue about the difference. Yes, I'm sure that you got it. You got it right. We also have some other details that are make things even worse. The Daniel Penny saga just gets more and more insane. At the time of his death, there was a warrant out for Jordan Neely's arrest for the assault of a woman on the subway. Police had a warrant to arrest Jordan Neely for what? For assaulting a woman on the subway. How this even went to trial is beyond everyone. Thank you, Captive Dreamer, for sharing this. And well, you know that it boils down to the judges. It boils down to the judges. Greg Price shares this with us. You can't make this up. Daphna Joran is the Manhattan prosecutor currently throwing the book at Daniel Penny. In 2019, she gave a reduced sentence to a black man who murdered an Asian college professor as he was withdrawing cash from an ATM. Yeah, this is when we saw those Kamala campaigns and these Asian actors like this. I forgot the name of this comedian. It's, Stop Asian Hate. And we were asking, let's look at the statistics. Let's look at the statistics. Who is perpetrating the hate on Asians? You know, there was this guy from The Hangover. I forgot his name. If you can help me with this Asian actor, comedian that was on The Hangover. I forgot his name, but I would like to ask him, who is perpetrating the, statistically, because number don't lie, who is perpetrating that hate and aggression towards Asians? She said that it was under the guise of restorative justice and all that stupid things, and ended up giving him 10 years for manslaughter after he was originally charged with murder. Now she is attempting to imprison an innocent man who protected a group of people on the subway. These people are despicable. Yes, this makes all this make our blood boil. All this make our blood boil. Daniel Penny's prosecutor is fueled by a sense of responsibility as the daughter of a Holocaust survivor with grandparents murdered by Nazis. She is apparently obsessed with white supremacy and neo-Nazis. You know how she was licking her chops the second she saw Daniel. This is just absurd. I'm going to tell Ken Jeong. Yeah, Ken Jeong is the actor. Thank you, Bobcat Wolfenstein. Thank you, Bobcat. I know that your knowledge of movies is. We should sit down sometime and talk about movies. By the way, should talk about movies. It's your knowledge of movies is encyclopedic. Eric Adams has me worried as of late. I don't know if Eric Adams is trying to do all these things and saying all this, having all this, words lately because he wants to be reelected. I have a hard time trusting him. Oh, you are the mayor of New York City, and all of a sudden you want to cut the benefits on immigrants. Why did you issue them in the first place? Why all of a sudden you are doing this 180? I don't trust you, Eric. I don't know. I want to trust, but I have trust issues. It has nothing to do with you as a person or any intrinsic characteristics. I just say that you are trying to fix the things that you pushed in the first place. So no, I don't trust you. It's like Kamala. Well, I'm going to fix whatever shit I did. No, that doesn't work like that. New York City Mayor Eric Adams defends Daniel Penny for protecting subway passengers, blasts the media for portraying Jordan Neely as an innocent child. Adams said Penny did what New York City should have done as a city. Daniel Penny did what any man should do in such a situation. But how can we do that? Can you imagine if Daniel Penny is found guilty? Then if you're a man and you see that people are being attacked, what can you do? A white man, of course. If you're a white man and you see that people are being attacked, or people are vulnerable, people are under a threat, and you know that you feel you have this in your blood that you need to protect, because we real men were born to protect the innocent and vulnerable. How are you gonna feel? You're gonna think you're gonna realize that you can go to jail for protecting people, for doing what is morally right. What would you do? That is the problem. Let's see what Eric has to say about this. See what his words. And
you should look at that on a multi-faceted approach of everything that's wrong with the system that we're facing.
Yeah, but all that's wrong with that system, you have pushed it, Eric.
One, look at the photo that they used to show the victims. It seemed like it was a young, innocent child, right, who was brutally murdered, and it gave that impression. When you looked at the photo that was being used, it wanted to set up in the minds of people that we were dealing with a young, innocent child that, just a Michael Jackson intimidator that, was just brutally assaulted. Then you look at the complete failure of...
This is important. I'm going to say that Adams is making a point. He has a point in the sense that you use the media to manipulate the public opinion. Oh, he's a white supremacist that killed this innocent black child. He was a beloved Michael Jackson impersonator, but somehow he had an arrest warrant for harassing a woman in the subway. How does that work? How does that work? I don't understand. I'm going to read your super chats in a while. Thank you for sending them, but I'm going to read them as soon as we finish with this.
Of our mental health system. A complete failure. From the days of closing psychiatric wards and having those who needed help just turned over into the street without giving any safety net to accept them. Parents reach out to me all the time and say, I'm watching my child go down, or my loved one, my family member going down this serious decline. What do we do?
What do we do? Do you act? Or you, face the other way? You see this happening and you're going to just stay there like that? That is not how society should work. Adams is right about mental illness. Mental illness is something that has to be treated. You cannot just let people just roam for free. But nowadays, these judges are like, oh, there's no problem. They need a second chance. But yeah, the second chance should be at a mental institution. If they have a drug problem, if they have a mental illness, there should be institutions for these people. Instead, they are roaming our streets and they are harassing people and putting people in danger. And just because, I don't know, they have a funny last name or because of their color of their skin, then they get to have a free pass. It's like the Venezuelans who begin, who are harassing people, the Venezuelan gangs who are harassing people and stealing phones in New York City. That shouldn't be happening. That shouldn't be acceptable. But oh no, these people are trying to give all these subjects a pass. And this is another thing that I thought that was related. A white man, Alexander Rakitin, was assaulted by a black thug on the train, and when he defended himself and pinned down his attacker, other passengers helped the thug instead. The thug pulled at George Floyd, complaining about how he couldn't breathe. And no, I'm not going to show you this video because it's way too triggering. It's way too triggering. And again, I'm just thinking about the statistics. I'm going to end this with a meme, really hoping that he is found not guilty. I hope that he's found not guilty. Jeremy Kaufman, idea: after Trump pardons Daniel Penny, he should get him a sweet helmet and send him back into New York City with unlimited pardons. And if you know, Bobcat, I know that you know whose helmet is this. You cannot participate in this question. Who is this helmet from? Who recognizes this helmet? This helmet would fit well. Really well for Daniel. Whose helmet is this? Who's the first one who's to say? Whose helmet is that one? Let's see, it's very easy. Not you, Bobcat. I know that you know. You're going to wait until reviewing my X Pro. Bobcat, I told you that you couldn't say it was a key that permit. You won. Judge Dredd. Remember the first Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone? That movie. The remake was nice. The remake was nice. Yeah, Bobcat, I know you know. That's why I told you you cannot participate. We all know you know it all. No, the Punisher was close. No, it's not RoboCop or Iron Man. It's Judge Dredd. Oh my God, I am a nerd. Rob Sheeny, I apologize if I'm pronouncing your... it looks like Magneto's a bit, Ozark, but it's not Magneto's. Roxanne, you got it right as well. Judge Dredd. Jovo 3ds Max. 3ds Max. Oh, 3ds Max. Have you tried Maya by any... 50 Shades of Grey did it right. Let me see your super chats. Audrey Blankenship. Thank you, Audrey, for your super chats. This isn't the first time Fauci got politically killed and ostracized. Look up his involvement in the beginning of the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Oh my God, that is a whole saga. That is a whole saga that we need to review. There is a whole saga that we need to review. See, we have another super chat in here. Cloud9 Whiskey, it will send a message of capitulation to the woke. Yeah, we need a message of capitulation. We need to send the right message, as in we need to uphold morals. We need to uphold what is right. We need to uphold. It's like when we talk about Judge Dredd, like the character of Judge Dredd is somebody who is judge and executioner at the same time. It's very practical. It's very practical. You're not a nerd until you know all the Star Trek movies. Well, I gotta tell you about the Star Trek movies. My favorite is the Wrath of Khan. So far, and of course Captain Kirk. I am not that much of a fan. I will embarrass myself if I begin to talk about Star Trek. So I better not talk about Star Trek. It's like this. I'm going to show you this as well. Maybe it could be important. It's going to be important. This other image that I just saw on my timeline. Two-tier justice system, criminal pardon, and those crimes that he was pardoned. Well, we cannot even describe them here. We cannot describe them here. Again, this issue, we need to be clear about this. This is a it's in the comments. You know that I sometimes play that song, Eye in the Sky, I Can Read Your Mind. Jean Cartier, Jesus, will you talk about Harry Potter and the potential Snape? Yes, that is the upcoming topic. Who would you were either you were reading my mind, or I was reading your mind. Either of the two applies. Either of the two is fine. And this is when some of you can help me with this. You can help me with this. I'm going to read this. I'm going to go into the Harry Potter stuff. Oh my God. I was a big fan of the movies. I was a big fan of the movies. Today I'm going to talk about movies and videos and books with Jim Clear, by the way. Great guy. That's my next conversation. But this is something that I need you to for those of you who are on X. One conversation that I want to have is with Adrienne Curry. Okay, I want to have a conversation with Adrienne Curry about, well, her knowledge about the whole celebrity thing, which luckily she left at the right time. We follow each other on X. I have messaged her through every single way, including direct messages, and I haven't been able to, like, I'm guessing that she's got a lot of direct messages. So if you can help me, if you're on X and you can tag her, and you know what, Kinesics, you know my account on Jesus Enrique Rosas needs you to read your effing DMs. Maybe that way I can arrange a nice collaboration with Adrienne. I have tagged her, but I understand that she's got a lot of mentions. I got a lot of mentions sometimes, so they get lost. Things get lost in the mail, but maybe you can go to X and tag her. Hey, you know what? Jesus Enrique Rosas wants to make a collaboration with you. He already contacted you via DMs. Check him out. You could help me with that one. You could help me with that one because, well, it has no other way to contact her. And I said, I'm contacting all the people I think that could be important. I know that she was great during the before the elections, very helpful. We have interacted. He has appeared on my chat sometime, my live chat. She has appeared. We have had a good time, but but communications nowadays, we are so connected and not connected at the same time. It's like when we talk about disconnected, let's talk about being disconnected from reality, because I don't understand how this works. A British actor, Papa Essiedu, is in talks to play Professor Severus Snape in HBO's Harry Potter TV series. By the way, this is something that is coming. There's a TV series, Harry Potter TV series. This could be great as long as it is not like the Rings of Power, who has been, a total failure. What is Adrienne is a fan of Tolkien, by the way, is in her bio. What they did with Professor Tolkien's work is just a crime. At least we got J.K. Rowling alive, so she can't complain. I think it is my understanding that J.K. Rowling is involved in the project. Don't believe me, I don't have all the details. But why would you? We know the description from the books. We know the description from the books, and Alan Rickman was spot on. Maybe he was not exactly like the description of the books, so who was really close. Then why break? Why break? Why try to fix what is not broken? Why try to do the race swap? I mean, how they are erasing gingers from pop culture. I wouldn't be surprised that Ron Wesley gets a makeover as well, because you know that you have seen this all these gingers from pop culture, from every single history story or franchise. Gingers are being erased en masse, okay, and replaced. And I wouldn't mind. You can have your own stories. If you're black, you can have your own story, like in Black Panther. People love Black Panther. It was like, I don't know how many. It was more than $1 billion. The movie. They should have recasted T'Challa for Wakanda Forever. You don't have a Black Panther movie. How do you make a Black Panther movie without Black Panther? Well, that's gonna fail. It's like Captain America 4. Without Captain America, that's gonna fail, because Steve Rogers is Captain America. I'm getting really geeky now. Now you understand the level of geek, of a nerd that I am. Yes, I am that level of, maybe not with the Star Trek, but with many other things. Yes, I am that level. And it's like when Nerdrotic, Gary from Nerdrotic begins to say Miles Morales is Miles Morales and Peter Parker is a Spider-Man. Big distinction. This is not it. Why would you do this? Especially with Alan Rickman. And this shouldn't be done with any character, with any actor, but Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman hits too close to home, because Alan Rickman is one of my favorite actors, like in the history of acting. He's there with Gary Oldman, the Prisoner of Azkaban. Gary Oldman is a legend, in my opinion. We still have Gary Oldman alive. Thank God we'll have more of Gary Oldman for many more years. Alan Rickman went too soon. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Yeah, Steve Rogers is Captain America. Steve Rogers is Captain America. You just flip him for the Falcon. The Falcon was already a fleshed out character. Anthony Mackie is one of the highlights of the MCU. The guy has charisma. The guy had a fleshed out character. Why would you swap it? I need to make a video about why Bucky made more sense as the one to, receive the shield. I could be doing this all day. You know what I mean? You get that reference, right? You get that reference. Ah, yes. You get that reference. In all cases, we need a reboot of Professor Snape. We need somebody to play Professor Snape. And people are pitching that Adam Driver would be a nice choice. That could work. That could work. He looks the part. He looks the... I think that even Keanu Reeves could play Professor Severus Snape. Maybe Adam Driver has... I don't know. The problem is that once you get Alan Rickman, once you get that, it's very hard. Although we all need to remember, if we are going to be true geeks, we need to remember two recasts or two castings that made zero sense at the time. Imagine that, I don't know, there are not many comedians right now, that because comedy, who's a famous comedian right now? I don't know, more or less fit? I don't know. Imagine a comedian being cast as Batman. Doesn't make much sense, right? Why would a comedian? Well, that's what happened with Michael Keaton. Nobody believed that Michael Keaton would be the right choice for playing Batman. How did that turn out? That turned out, well, not nice. That turned out great. Okay, only the thing that he couldn't just, he didn't have this mobility on his neck. Besides that, everything was great. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. That worked. And nobody believed that Heath Ledger, after all these rom-coms that he made, after his trajectory as, he had some, he was a great actor. Nobody doubted it. But Heath Ledger as the Joker, no, you must be joking. That couldn't be a thing. And he turned out to be perhaps the most iconic depiction of the Joker after the comics themselves. Okay, which is insane, and the animated series, which that Joker, I have to say, I don't like Mark Hamill's politics, but I have to say that Mark Hamill's voice of the Joker was just amazing. It's something that it was just transports you in many ways. It's something that just you switch. Okay, I remember playing Batman Arkham Asylum, and I'm sure that I think Mark Hamill was doing the voice of the Joker in that game, if I remember correctly. And we got, oh my God, the voice of Batman. Oh my God, I'm committing a sin. This is Kevin Conroy. I forgot Kevin Conroy's name. I should be taking my Geek badge away like for 6 months just because I remember Mark Hamill's name but not Kevin Conroy's name. I'm such a failure. I should wear some kind of, I don't know, paper bag of shame over my head. Kevin Conroy, rest in peace. Such an amazing voice, such a legend. such great voices. This is with casting. How do you replace Kevin Conroy's voice? How do you replace Mark Hamill's voice for the Joker? How do you replace Professor Severus Snape, played by Alan Rickman? You have to let go. You have to open up a bit. You have to open up a bit. You have to open and try to say, okay, maybe this could work. You know that I sometimes make this criticism of movies, of aesthetics. I am not the best at character. The critical drinker. The critical drinker is the best one, as pointed out the flaws of how do you develop characters in movies. And maybe the neurotic is much more holistic in the sense that he points out the craziness of the industry itself. I like to point out when I see something, okay, does this make sense from an aesthetic perspective? But I love going to the movies. I love going to the movies, even if the movie is not that good. I just experience of the cinema is something that I've always loved, but it's something that I really miss. That sensation of going to the movies. We're talking about any movie post 2014. I mean, you have Interstellar. For me, that is the breaking point. Interstellar, that was the breaking point. Anything after Interstellar is you have to cherry pick what is good. Okay, anything after Interstellar, one of my favorite movies. I still watch Interstellar, and I just from beginning to end, from any point onwards. It's just such an experience. If I had some kind of magical token, if this genie appears, and I have this magical token, you have a magical token that allows you to watch one movie for the first time again in IMAX, but you will be wipe out your memory of one movie, and that one movie would be Interstellar. That's my pick. Even if Interstellar is not my favorite movie of all time. My favorite movie of all time is Inception. I am a Nolan fan. Tenet, way too hard. Man, you have to. I came to the movies to relax a bit. Inception, nice. Tenet, man, I didn't come to the movies to do homework. I had to watch like 7 YouTube videos of 1 hour each after that movie to understand what was going on. But that is nice. Other Nolan movies, Memento was such a great experience. I watched Memento on a 15-inch computer screen back in the day. I downloaded it, pirated in the year, I don't know. It was such a mind blown. If you haven't watched Memento, you need to watch Memento. It's such an experience. I would say that's one of my favorite Nolan movies. I didn't like this war movie. What was the name of this war movie that he made not many years ago? I even forgot the name. What was the Nolan movies? Dunkirk. Dunkirk. It was the Dark Knight trilogy. The Dark Knight Rises was great. Batman Begins is right. It's like the right way to call it, right? But Batman Begins is amazing. Great movie. The Dark Knight is just out of this world. You shouldn't think much about it. Like some sequences don't make sense when you think of, you know, when you begin to just nitpick it, but enjoyable. The Dark Knight Rises, let's pretend that it didn't exist. Let's just pretend it didn't exist. And from Christopher Nolan, I remember Insomnia as well. What happened to Hilary Swank? What happened to Hilary Swank? What happened to Hilary Swank, by the way? I mean, IMDb. Was such a great actress. I remember her from $1 Million Baby. What an awesome. She's Ordinary Angels. Which movie is that? The Good Mother. Zero Tolerance. Haven't watched any of that. I just lost track of Hilary Swank. It was great. It was great in that movie. You got Hilary Swank and Al Pacino. What more could you ask for? And you got Robin Williams. You had Hilary Swank, Al Pacino, and Robin Williams in a movie. What? Whoa, mind blown. Mind blown. This is so amazing. So amazing. I could be talking about that for hours. I could be talking about movies for hours. Movies, something that is I love movies so much. I would like to watch the scenes and analyze the scenes. The problem is that let's see how could be do that from a copyright perspective in YouTube. Say hello to my whittle friend. Say hello with my whittle friend. Why are you talking like that? No, she did some things after $1 Million Baby. She did much more stuff after $1 Million Baby. Oh my God, today's I like shows like today. Why? Because we got like established topics that we need to talk about, topics that are happening, topics that we need to address, that are urgent, that are serious. But we also have this ability to relax a bit, and with so many things happening in the world, sometimes I find it hard to how to craft a show that is engaging. I try to do my best to make these shows engaging, but you help so much with your comments. You help so much with your comments, and this is something that we will be doing little by little. I'm testing my interview system. It has been working nicely. At some point, I'm going to do live interviews. At some point, I will be inviting people here. At some point, maybe I will invite in some of you. Maybe tell you, raise your hand if you want to go on a rant. Maybe I can invite Bobcat. You already went. You already went live. You remember that Bobcat and Samantha were the first one to be on that experiment. The problem is that experiment was a bit odd. Did not work as expected. And now I have more experience with the interview part, and I want to do so many things. And we just need a camera and a microphone, and we're all set up. So a lot of things coming, a lot of great things coming. And yes, there are topics that I could be talking about all day, all thanks to you. My body language buddies, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy. Until we meet tomorrow on our next episode, remember the most important words. Much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.